Alright, cool. Just I'll turn it up a bit. Okay, so enter the fight, right? So she does glint blades, so I'm gonna hit her, and then run away. Also, I guess I'll upload this to YouTube as well. This is just like analyzing a kill that I've done. It's not like the best kill or anything. It's just an alright kill. If you want a good kill, look at fucking Scolopendra, or whatever his name is, kill. Because he actually like did it well, and he does like way more like efficient and better punishes, but this is like, it's like just a reasonable kill, you know? Not with like the absolute best shit, but just with like decent strats and stuff. So again, she does a glint blade opener, so I just hit her and then run away. And the reason why I do this is because you can bait a close range move for glint blades so that you don't have to deal with her like chasing after you or anything while the glint blades are like proccing. So then glint blades proc, it's fine. This move is fine close range, you can just roll backwards once. Then when you roll this, you don't want to roll this big sword. It's the little sword here that hits you first. So as long as you just like roll sort of earlier than you'd think, then that's fine. Then I just do an R1 and jump R2. And then here, she does uppercut. And she could also do, like from uppercut, she could do like the second uppercut afterwards and then end with the cross. Actually, let me just move this down here. There you go. She could like end with the cross obviously, but here she instead twirls off to the right. And then if you're close range here, she will always do either a single swipe or her like diagonal double slash. So I can just R1 and then jump. And then when she dashes off to this side, I'm gonna... Actually, I guess I can show this sequence again. This is gonna be really scuffed, by the way. So she's uppercut, but then twirl to the right. So again, I can poke, and then jump whatever she does. And then when she dashes left, she's gonna do like 2 little hits, and then she's gonna either do the cross follow-up, or she's gonna twirl off to her left. So the slashes, and you can like roll this backwards. I roll it sort of to the right a bit just because it means that I'm always like in range. It probably doesn't matter which direction you roll exactly, but you could sort of want to like remain in range, because if you go out of range then she just won't do anything afterwards. She will just reset to neutral. So here she decides to do the cross follow up, and what I'm going to do, this is really important for phase 2, I'm going to try and roll past her here. I know like other people do like different strats, like jumping the cross, or like fucking, like what I used to do is roll in front of her. But it's really important for phase 2 with the strat that I'm doing, which I saw Azaz do initially, to roll sort of into this quadrant behind her. Like her back right. And I'll explain that in phase 2 when it happens. But it's also just, you know, good muscle memory to do it in phase 1 as well. And I can just do R1, just to keep it safe. And then here again, this is like another phase 2 thing. You don't need to roll this one forward left, but I do, because in phase 2 there's going to be a fire explosion on this. So that's fine, just get an R1. And here, I said before that I always like to roll sort of back left when she jumps off to the... when she like dashes to the left, but because she's so close, I don't have the actual distance to be able to roll back. I'll end up getting roll caught. So instead I actually go forwards. You can probably see that on the controller overlay. Like that's when I roll. I'm just going like pretty much forwards because she's so close to me. And that still keeps me like in range of the follow-ups. So again, she's done a dash left into the cross stance, and again she can either do the cross slash here, or she can twirl off to the left. So she did cross slash, just show that again. So I rolled forward because she's too close, and she did cross. Another thing as well is, after I get this punish, I always like to just back off a little bit, because it means I don't have to then worry about needing to roll her really quick uppercut because I'm just already out of range. So you see, she'll do uppercut, but I'm long gone, so it's just totally free. You could probably get like an R2 punish or whatever. Maybe if you were using iron balls, you may even be able to see R2, I don't know, but I just do an R1. Again, it's just like moderate punishes. It's not like the most optimized kill or anything. So again, she does uppercut. And then from here, again, she can either do cross or she can twirl off to the left. So if she twirls this time, just show it one more time. So uppercut as she twirls. And so what I do, and again, like I've seen people do lots of different strats for this. What she will do is she will do like a slash and then a poke. And the poke has a really like quite a bit of range on it. And the way that I deal with it, to deal with all scenarios, is I just keep distance for the slash, and then I roll into the poke, and then I roll sort of backwards left a little bit. And I'll explain why on each scenario that happens, because I'm sure like all three scenarios happen in the fight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to outspace. Actually, I need to go back a little bit. So yeah, it's uppercut, and then she twirls. So I roll in, and then roll back. And in this case, she did the delayed sort of swipe into the, like, thrust. So by rolling back for this one, it means that I'm still in range to get the thrust follow-up, but I end up just outspacing the slash by rolling it immediately. So I'm sort of just, like, rolling forward and then pre-rolling backwards. And you see I'm way out of range of the slash. But it's still in range to get this thrust follow-up. And, like, you can just walk to her right side. It's really lenient to strafe this. And then you can probably see R2. I just do an R2 just because it's easy. So again, just one more time. She rolls off to the side, roll forward, roll backwards immediately. Just R2. And then when she like does a little back step like this, even though I'm like pretty close to her, you can see she likes to sort of queue up the, big flurry. And if you're really close, you're going to need to double roll it backwards, but because there's like just a bit of distance, I can just single roll it. And then again, R1, jump R2. And with Rellana, she has a really big stagger window. You can get like 3 R1s in at least with the Milady, for example. And you can hit her like immediately after. Like you see, I'm just going to instantly wing stance and it'll hit her. She doesn't have many iframes as she gets up. And again, so she did uppercut into cross at the time. Sure, there are other combos, yeah. Well, it's only like a single attack, right? Like she can do it as like, she jumps away and then she does it, but there's no like follow up to it or anything. So yeah, she just did uppercut and then cross, it's fine. Again, rolling forward left. So for this one, she dashes to the right. Now, what I used to do, actually, I guess I can just show it when it happens in the fight. So if she dashes off to the right like this is a dodge that I got from Scolopendra. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name right. Because I'm behind her, and there's a bit of distance already, I don't need to roll this part, okay? If I was closer, or if she was in front of me and she dashed to the right, I would need to roll this part. But what I'm going to do is after this, Scolopendra, yes. Yeah, the guy's literally the fucking goat, by the way. Basically, she's going to do like 2 little like swipes here as she dashes, and then afterwards, she will either do an uppercut and like backflip backwards, or she's going to do a quick double spin. And basically, the distance you need to be to get either follow-up is kind of precise. Like you need to be like just about in range, because if you're too far back, then you're going to end up just making her cancel it because you're out of range, and this does happen in the fight. So again, because I was a little bit away initially, I don't need to roll. But what you're going to see is I'm going to sprint backwards a little bit probably. Yeah. And the reason why I sprint backwards is because this first slash has more range than you'd think. Like, it's kind of deceptive. It's like, it just has more range than you think. So you need to actually like sprint backwards a little bit. And even if you roll it, you'll see I'm going to sprint backwards like every time when it happens. So again, she's going to dash off to the right after this. And because there's already a bit of range, I can just sprint. And then immediately after the first one, I'm just going to her right side like this. And you can definitely get a bigger like punish than just an R2, but because I was like, part of the skill was learning how to do this punish properly, so I was just doing, you know, reasonable punishes. So she dashes to the right, sprint it back a little bit, and immediately go to her right side. And again, if she does the uppercut, it's fine. In phase 1, you can just stand there and nothing will happen, she won't hit you. But in phase 2, she sends out her magic projectile with it, and you'll need to roll that. So that's, again, just a really nice punish. Okay, so she dashes off to the left. And again, I'm going to sort of roll to my right to like stay in range. And she decides to do a cross finisher instead of twirling. So that's fine. Okay, so she does lower glint blades. I'm pretty sure the way this attack works, I haven't looked at the AI or anything, or asked anyone to. If she does this in neutral, and I think as long as, like, how can I phrase this? Unless you're really far away, if she does this in neutral, she will always leap after you. But sometimes she'll do it to, like, end a combo. She'll, like, jump away or something and then do this, and she won't do the jump towards you. But basically, what you want to do for this, like the best way that I found, is you roll forward to right, so to her left, and basically the glint blades will miss because you roll them, and as she leaps at you, she'll like sort of try and track you and just go way off to the side. Like that. You can get a good punish in. So again, glint blades are neutral, so she'll jump. You just sort of strafe around it. Like, try and get a cheeky punish on that one. I knew I was going to be out of range of this because I'm like behind her as she started the attack, so don't need to roll or anything. If you want to be like careful, then you can obviously roll it, but it's not necessary. And again, because I know, you know, she has a little bit of a cooldown. Not like a cooldown, but like, you know, she has to finish the animation, so I'm trying to go for a cheeky R1 but miss. So she dashes. Again, I'm slightly out of range, so I don't need to roll. But again, I'll sprint back a little bit, bait the punish, go into the left, jumps off to the right, cross finisher, it's normal. Again, I'm walking backwards after this, so I don't need to roll the uppercut. And again, just standard cross finisher on the uppercut. So again, it's upper glint blades, so I'm going to walk forward, R1, and then run away. And you need to like wait because there is a difference in the animation. I think like you see her arms up here if she does upper glint blades, and I think if she does the lower one, her arms like down by her waist. But actually, like in a fighting, it can be hard to see that sometimes. So yeah, best to, like keep a little bit of distance and then go in when you know it's upper glint blades. So just go in, R1, run away. You see you got a nice close range attack. And then because I went far on the, like, because I was like medium range on the like diagonal slash, she didn't do the second one, she went into this like magic projectile. And again, with these glint blades, you're fine to just like dodge them by walking sideways, you don't need to do anything special. Like sprinting and jumping, it's not necessary, you can just walk. So as long as you're walking, you can completely ignore these and then focus on whatever attack she's actually doing. So just roll that. You can get a decent punish on this. I get 2 R1s. And again, chops off to the left. Okay, so she twirls. I'll show this again. Yeah, like, you know, yeah, exactly. So again, she hops off to the right, and I don't roll directly backwards, so I think later in the fight, sometimes I do roll directly backwards. It's like, honestly, I don't fucking know, it's kind of just based on feel. But you want to not go too far out of range that she cancels it, because then you're just missing out on a punish. So she chops off to the left. Again, she does twirl, And again, it's just roll forward, roll backward. I got the same combo as before, so that's fine. And again, just to show it one more time. She twirls, I roll in on the poke, and then immediately roll backwards. Yeah, it's dead either way. Just impossible to dodge. Okay, so again, hop to the left. Oh, yeah, so this time, when she hops off to the left like this, instead of like going into the cross stance, she can immediately pivot back to my right. And again, it's the same thing before, where if you're close to medium range, she will always do either single slash or double. So she went left, instead of doing uppercut stance, goes back to the right. Can she get a poke R1 and then jump? Same thing here. Yeah, so this time I needed to roll. So because, yeah, so I was like right in front of her. Like from this position, she dashed off to the right, like leapt off to the right, so I needed to roll backwards, otherwise I'd just get hit. And then again here, I'm gonna sprint back a little, like you can already see I'm like sprinting backwards on my fucking overlay. And again, she's either gonna do the quick double spin, or she's gonna uppercut leap away, and she uppercut leaps away, that's fine. And again, because I was too far getting to her, I didn't try an R1, I just walked up to her and then immediately sprinted away to bait a close range attack. Again, just makes it way easier to deal with. You do want to be careful in a situation like this though, because if you're lazy walking away like this, you can still be in range and then like get the fucking cross follow up, and that does happen in this skill. So it can be a bit sketchy to react to, but it is fine if it does happen. And then it's just uppercut, cross finisher, standard. This one, roll forward left, it's fine. Again, because I was already like far away enough, I didn't need to roll, I could just walk backwards. But then because I was too far, I didn't end up getting a follow-up. You can see how the positioning can be a bit tight. Again, just a standard flurry. Again, it's all just standard. Again, gonna roll forward left. Yep. So this time, because I was punishing, I was obviously caught on the animation, I couldn't move. So I did need to roll it. And again, just sprinting backwards immediately after finishing the roll, and then baiting the double, going forward left. Okay, so she's twirling, so I'm going to roll forward, backward. And you see, so when I roll backwards here, it puts me in perfect position for if she then like pivots back to the right, because I've like rolled backwards. So roll forwards, backwards, and I'm in perfect position to R1. And again, this like pivot off to the right is always going to be the same whenever she does it. She's either going to do the single slash or double at this point, as long as they're close enough. And then again, this is just, I'm already like away a little bit, run backwards, make sure I don't get caught. It's just standard. And in phase 2, charge R2, true. Yes. Again, just going forward left on that. Need to roll because I'm in the animation, but I'm too far, so I don't get anything. Carrying Grand is fine. Just roll it. Don't be bad. Again, it's just uppercut and cross finisher. Again, need to roll. It's just simple, really. And then for this one, if you get this like in neutral or just in general, no grand, hope you're doing good, dude. Hope your day's been swell. Yeah, the snow yeah, Rellana doing the snow shovel opener, yeah, and then she's dead. True. Fuck's sakes. You can like deal with this way better. Like react jumping to the first part from neutral is like kind of awkward. But I know, like, for example, like, what Scolopendra does is I think he rolls, does an R1, and then sprints to evade the second part of it, and then he can charge R2. But you'll see, I'm just gonna roll R1, because I don't really care. It's not, like, the most optimized or anything. You've been rafting HK? Yo. Let's fucking go. This is a jumping R2? Oh shit. The fucking goat. Yeah, so like reacting to this in neutral, like trying to jump the first part of it is kind of iffy. Like if you can do it, that's fine, but there's like too many things to think about, I think. And then again, after I punish, I'm just like walking backwards immediately. So then again, I don't have to react to uppercut because I'm already away. Again, just standard cross finisher. Again, I'm already away, but I'm too far, so I don't get the follow-up. That was bad. I shouldn't have rolled backwards. I'm bad. It doesn't matter in phase 1, but in phase 2 it can be a bit iffy. Again, because I'm in the animation here, I need to roll. But again, it's fine. Immediately sprint backwards, then forward left, get the fucking punish, that's good. Okay, then we get a fucking poke in phase 1, which is kind of uncommon. Now for the poke, I deal with it the same way that every time. Just roll backwards, and then immediately pre-roll forwards left. Every time. And the reason why is because if she does the double spin like she does here, I'll be able to strafe the second part of it. And I obviously just end up pre-rolling the first part of it. From the poke, she can also do her delayed slash into the thrust finisher. And in phase 2, she can also go into her big, like, fucking phase 2 combo after the poke. But regardless, you can pre-roll it like I do, forward left, or you can figure out a different way. There's probably better ways of doing it. This is just what I found. So you're going to just poke, just roll backwards, and immediately forward left. Okay, nice punishing. Yeah, the poke, it's kind of uncommon in phase 1. In phase 2, you're going to see it a lot more. I don't know if that's just like a fucking like placebo type thing where I just like believe it is the case, or maybe it actually is like in her AI that she does it more in phase 2, but it is kind of uncommon that you do see it in phase 1. So again, she's doing double slash. She punish that normally. Hops off to the right. And then she twirled off to the left. Again, I know she's going to end up doing the follow-up here, so I can go in for an R1 first. I'm pretty sure, like, for example, like Scolopendra gets a CR2 instead of doing an R1 like I'm doing, but again, he's just way better than me, so it's fine. Again, it's just uppercut into cross finisher, standard. Same thing here. Okay, I'm going to bait a close range move and run away. And you see here, I was too close. And luckily, I just was able to react to it, but yeah, just make sure you're a little bit further away. So again, forward, then backward, get the thrust finisher, easy punish. Same thing here, just gonna bait a close range move. She decides to backstep, it's fine. So again, because she did it in neutral, I know she's going to do the follow-up here. So roll forwards right, then just strafe it. Again, because I'm behind her, it's never going to hit me. Same thing here. Because I tried to punish her, was in the animation, so I need to roll that. Again, immediately sprint backwards. Yeah, that's just all standard. Yeah, this is something nasty. So it's like, it looks like she's like, fucking, like in the moment, you're gonna think because, you know, you rolled behind her, that she's looking away from you. But she just decides, fuck you, I'm gonna poke. And it can be really fucking hard to see this sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. She can also do the uppercut as well, even if it looks like she's not looking at you. So just always sort of be careful. and like pay attention to what the fuck she's doing, because otherwise shit like this will hit you. And then because I was like so far away, I ended up reacting late. But because I was far and because I reacted late, when I rolled backwards, I ended up just outspacing the first part of the double slasher. So then I could just roll forward on the other one. Again, if I'd like reacted properly, I would have just rolled backwards and then pre-rolled left, but because this was just like a fucked situation, I wasn't able to. I was a little bit lucky that I didn't end up getting caught by the first part of double spin, actually. So again, that's fine. Just going to be the standard combo. Get the uppercut finisher, can't do anything. Yeah, so here, what happens is she does the uppercut jump away, and she immediately does glint blades. So because this is like the end of a combo, I think, again, I haven't looked at her AI, I think she will never do the jump at you follow-up. I think that's only from neutral. But that being said, I'm 99% sure you cannot punish this. Because look at how fast she recovers after doing the glint blades. Like, it's pretty fucking quick. Yeah, that's fine. No. So, I mean, this time, because I'm already, like, a little bit away from her, I just figured, like, I probably don't need to roll, I can probably just outspace this, so I just walk backwards, and then get scared and sprint. And then again, because she twirls back, or pivots back to the right, I just decide, you know, you can go in, get the R1, jump, whatever she does. Again, it's just uppercut into cross, it's standard. That's standard. Seeing that. Again, immediately sprinting backwards after doing the roll, because otherwise you will get clipped. And all this is just normal shit. Again, same thing as before, I'm already like far away, so I figure I can just walk backwards and outspace it. And again, it's just standard cross finisher. Again, here, because I'm already walking backwards, don't need to worry about uppercut. Like, if you were going for more aggressive punishes, you'd need to roll because you wouldn't be able to walk backwards, like, early enough. But again, because I'm just doing, like, moderate, unoptimized shit, I can just walk away earlier. So again, that's all just normal, blah blah blah. It's your face transitions. And then I accidentally do wing stance again instead of doing R1s because I didn't realize she would stagger. Oh, so actually one thing to mention about the phase transition. Right, when she does this, those swings have a hitbox on them. Okay? You do not want to be right in front of her. If you're like right in front of her, they will hit you. I found that out the hard time. Yeah, like, I'm stupid, I got hit to it, like, I lost like 5 attempts to it, because I am just brain dead. But yeah. And then typically, you know, if you don't stagger her here, she'll, I think she like pretty much always does her like phase transition move. Like, I'm pretty sure after I repost her here, she's gonna do it. So again, I can get a wing stancer. And I, like, this is like sort of the distance I like to be at. Because it's like, as you know, a certain someone pointed out, if you're within a certain distance of like, I think it's like 6.5 meters or something, then there's a 75% chance you'll do fire and 25% chance you'll do magic. So even if you're right in front of her, she can still do magic, right? It's not like an entirely distance-based thing. So I like to still be close, where I can like comfortably roll the magic if she does it. But then also, if she does fire, I can just do an easy roll backwards. So that's why I'm like so close. You can definitely like be a little bit further back and like get magic every time, but still be able to roll in. I just play it safe, because why not? So she ends up doing magic, and that's fine. And again here, devoted to a certain someone, yeah, you get fucking known. I didn't actually test like what I can get away with on this. You can probably like actually hit her during all of this, but what I like basically I got this once and I was just like, hey, what if I just like stand in front of her for all of this and not do anything, and then wing stance the final 2 parts. So that's what I did. Again, you can probably like fucking hit the shit out of her during all of these initial slashes. Again, I'm just a pussy. So again, just carrying grandeur, blah blah blah, just roll. With quicker weapons, you can hit her after the greatsword slam. This is not one of those weapons. Yeah, fucking hit the shit out of her, yeah, yeah! Yep, so again, here, because there's a bit of range, I just figured, oh, okay, I can just walk backwards, it's not a problem. And again, got twirl. Yeah, so you see, now we've seen all 3 variations, where I roll in, immediately roll backwards. It works for quick slash, because I just end up sort of, again, pre-rolling it all the way back, and then just roll forwards left after. So roll into the poke, immediately roll backwards. Easy. Right. So here, because it's phase 2, she does uppercut into cross finisher, right? And again, I roll into this area behind her, right? And instead of punishing, I just wait. And then I just do a neutral R1, right? And the reason why is because she gets a fucking poke follow-up here, which is just 50-50 RNG. And you'll see me dodge it a few times. So basically, you want to, you know, roll it and then just see if she is going to do the follow-up. And if not, you still have time to get the R1, but yeah. So yeah, what happens here? She does the fucking hops to the left, and then cross. And I see that she's starting it up because there are like fire sword moves a lot. And there are like multiple ways that you can deal with this poke. What I used to do is... Actually, this is what I used to do before... Actually, no, I'll bring that up later. What I used to do... If I can find where it is... Probably should have done this first. Yeah. So what I used to do is I used to just roll directly into her. Because by rolling into her, if you just stand here, the poke will miss you. And then you would just react to whatever she does. So if she does uppercut like this, you just roll it. If she does the quick, like double slash, because those are the only 2 options, it's quick double slash or uppercut jump away, then again, you just react to whatever it is. But the problem with this strat was that it's really precise to consistently end up directly in front of her like this. And if you're off by just a little bit, then she will hit you. Because, like, based on my experience, if you're, like, extremely close to her, then the poke will miss you. Right? But if there's just a little bit of distance, then she'll hit you. So I don't do that anymore. I'm doing the Azaz strat, where I roll into this area, and then when I roll, I'm immediately moving left. See? Immediately, like, sort of moving forward left into her. So the poke will miss, and here I stop moving, you see? Like, after she does the poke, I stop moving, because then, if she does the double spin, as we'll see in a bit, you just end up strafing it all by just standing still, because you're already in perfect position. Here she does the uppercut, so you need to roll it. That's fine. It's not a problem. Again, grandeur, blah, blah, blah. Just roll it. Again, I'm doing uppercut. From undetected. So again, because it's cross finisher, have to wait, see what she does. She does it. And again, you see I'm just perfectly positioned by being in this area after the poke. She does the poke, I move, I stop moving, and this part just misses me. I don't need to do anything. And then you can just get a big punish. So show that again. So she does uppercut, cross finisher, into RNG poke, big punish. Yeah. Now you can't punish earlier because she could also do this attack here. And you'll just get hit if you try and punish. Because you don't have time. So again, get the double spin, get punish. And again, this is why you want to roll forwards left. Is because there's a fucking big ass fire explosion in phase 2 for this move. Same thing, need to roll, but I end up rolling too far, so she doesn't do anything. It's fine. Again, that was a bad roll on this cross finisher. I ended up in front of her. It would have been really sketchy if she did the poke, but luckily she didn't. Again, I'm going to roll to the right to remain in range. Again, no poke. That was a sketchy roll. Again, that's all just standard now. It's just RNG poke, and then uppercut, so I need to roll it. And then for Moon, just deal with it however you want. I jump the first 2 roll and then do wing stance, blah blah blah, just do whatever you want. Again, I stand close, end up getting fire, that's fine. So here, she's in neutral, and she does the clump blades, right? Now, you probably could have dealt with this better than I did, but because I was already so far, I knew that she was going to jump at me, and so I thought that if I roll backwards, I'll end up being out of range of her, like, leap, and I was correct, luckily. I timed the roll really good, and judged the distance appropriately, but it probably would have been totally fine to roll it. Like, as soon as you, like, see her doing the glint blades from a distance like this, you're probably totally fine to just, like, walk at her, and then do the normal way of rolling forwards to her left and then strafing it. But I was already, like, sort of intent on walking backwards, so I just stuck with the plan. Again, she's gonna hop to the right, does cross, into RNG poke, just stay in position. Again, this is the same thing as P1. I see her do Soul Mask Glint Blades, walk up to her, hit her a 5-time, then run away. It's just totally fine. Again, just walking sideways, carrying grandeur, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna get poke. And you see, so she does the big combo here. So in phase 2, after the poke, instead of doing either delayed slash into thrust or the quick double spin, she can also do her P2 combo. But again, I just pre-roll forward left anyway, because it's fine. And the way that I deal with it is when she, like, swings, like, here, she's gonna, like, swing her swords now. In this part of the animation, I just spam roll to the right. It's fine, it's fine. Am I just, like, repeating that fucking ad nauseum? So just, yeah, just spam roll to the right. It's fucking ugly. I'm sure there's, like, way better ways that you can deal with this. But it's consistent, right? It works. You can get a short little punish at the end of it. And here, I see her doing this attack, but because of the distance, I know that if I just walk backwards, I'm going to be out of range. It's not a problem. Oh. Yeah, well, I hope you're doing good, dude. I mean, you could, but then you end up missing the punish if she decides to do quick double spin or swipe into thrust. Some crouch walk. Oh, is there actually? Like, yeah, you could just roll away from the poke and then, like, keep rolling away, but I don't know. Like, again, like, this isn't like a perfect kill or anything. This is just what works for me. This is what I do. If you want to change shit, then change shit. Bruh. Oh, does he? I'm gonna be honest, when I was like learning Rellana, I was like, oh, I just spam roll to the right and it works, and it was the first thing I found, so I've just done that the whole time. Like, it doesn't look fucking pretty or anything, but if it works, you know? And I can confirm it works, as long as you time it with when she does this initial swing here. Like, you do have to, like, time the first roll properly. Yeah, I fucking love spam rolling. And again, out of range, don't need to worry about that. You do want to make sure that if you're, like, in a position where you're going to outspace this, that you are, like, actually, like, fully out of range of the fucking fire explosion, because it's a bit bigger than you'd think. Again, she hops to the right. And again, like other moves in P2, she can do the P2 combo instead of doing the uppercut or the double spin, so because I'm already away, like, there's already like a little bit of range, so I can just run away from it, it's not a problem. Like, you only need to roll it if you're like already really close. Again, she can hop to the right. I think here I decided to roll backwards because of position within the arena. Like, just rolling backwards puts me back to the center almost. Whereas normally, like I said, I would have sort of rolled to the right. But like, here it's fine. Gonna get cross into RNG poke, position good, so I end up strafing it. No RNG poke, so I can punish. Here is a bit dicey. Because, like, I'm already, like, in the fucking corner. So again, it's just spam rolling, it fucking works. Again, no poke, so I can punish. And here I fucking panicked and rolled backwards because I'm bad. So if this happens, just do a second roll, just double roll it. Just accept that you're bad. And double roll. This guy's a spam roller. Listen. You're absolutely correct. I don't give a fuck. Again, in phase 2, especially, this is something she loves to do. She'll just fucking sprint at you and poke. And you need to, you know, react to it good. Otherwise you'll get fucking owned. But again, it's just roll backwards, immediately roll forward left. Then you strafe the second part and get a good punish. It's uppercut, twirl right again. Now the phase 2 thing, she fucking adds fire explosions. So, like I said before, she twirls off to the right like this. She'll either do the single slash or the double diagonal slashes. Both of them have fire explosions on them now. But if you're like reasonably close, you're fine. So I just punish it the exact same way that I do in phase 1. Just R1 here, just jump R1, totally fine. Again, that's just standard. It can get a bit scary if you want to punish this, because as you see, I need to wait to make sure she isn't doing the RNG poke follow-up. But again, because I'm waiting, it's delaying my punish, and then because it's delaying my punish, she just immediately fucking does the uppercut. And again, because she's fucking turned sideways, I can barely see what the fuck she's doing, so makes it a bit awkward. Again, RNG poke, she jumps away, that's fine. And again, you see, because the fucking lower glint blades came after she leapt away, no follow-up here. This attack sucks. Again, because there's a bit of distance here, I can just walk backwards, still sprint, just to make sure I don't get clipped by the first part of double spin, and then go back in. Again, upper glint blades, just gonna hit her and run away. Do the old fucking hit and run. Again, got the fucking P2 combo, just spam roll, don't give a fuck. Did it again, because she's such a fucking good, fun boss, yay. Again, I rolled backwards here, mainly because of positioning. Because if I had rolled right, it would have put me close to the wall, which isn't very good. Like, honestly, I think it probably doesn't really matter that much, like, how you roll. the attack where she dashes off to the left like this. It's probably just totally fine, however you want to do it. Again, got cross, no poke. Except she does poke, just from fucking neutral after she finishes. So again, it's just another thing. You need to be really mindful of what the fuck she's doing, because she'll just do shit like this and make your day miserable. So again, she doesn't do the RNG poke, but she fucking pokes from neutral. Again, just same thing, immediately pre-roll forward left. Again, this is from neutral, so she's going to do the fucking jump spin. That's fine. Got the RNG poke. Good position, get the punish. Carry on grandeur again. I think actually when this comes down, maybe I'm just bad, but the hitboxes for both parts of this feel really weird. So just be careful if you're like really close when she slams it down. I have a feeling there might be like a hitbox on her like hand maybe, if I had to guess. Yeah, of course there is. Then this is just standard stuff. She does uppercut, twirls off or pivots off to the right, and then get the punish, get the jump. Roll left and then roll right. Yeah, just gonna jump to the right. Pivots. Again, I'm gonna roll in. And then immediately roll backwards. Keeps me in range to get the follow-up. Like 8 times, it definitely wasn't a mistake. Yeah, I think the hitbox for it's just kind of janky. So again, I'm just doing my little strat of pre-rolling everything. And then again, immediately sprinting backwards after the roll here so I don't get caught by the first part of double spin. Also, just be careful, if you get double spin and you're like in front of her, she sends out a magic projectile out of it, and it's like the same thing with the uppercut jump away. She'll send out a magic projectile in phase 2. And this is Moon again, she punches however the fuck you want. I purposefully stay away because I know I'm going to roll forwards and do wing stance, so it's going to give me loads of like forward momentum, so. Again, I just baited a fucking close range attack here when she did glint blades, so that's fine. Then get poke, immediately pre-roll, easy peasy. Roll this forward left. She did that move when I was behind her, so she just fucking decided to leave the fight. She had enough. But like this move's really rare, and like the way it works is she really quickly, like, what she's gonna do is she's gonna like very quickly like dip down and go into a sort of stance and like readies her fire sword, and I think it's like meant to just catch people out, make them panic roll, because if you just panic roll when she does that movement, she'll hit you all the time, every time, with the actual like part of the attack. I think the way you're sort of supposed to dodge this is she goes into the stance, and then I think you can just like roll forwards, maybe, or like, I think as long as you like don't roll backwards, it's probably fine if I had to guess. Like it's so rare I don't even remember how the fuck I'm like dodging it. But again, because I'm behind her, I just walk backwards. I'm like, oh yeah, she's just fucking off. Alright, cool. And again, this is the same thing. I see her going to stance, I get close, I get magic, it's fine, control forwards. Fucking bonk the floor, because that just happens with this weapon in this arena for some reason. Again, pivots off to the right so I can... Yeah, so she leaps to the left and then pivots back to the right, so I know that she's going to do the follow-up because I'm close. Get the R1, jump. Again, because I'm already walking away, I don't need to worry about rolling the uppercut from a position like this. I know I'm just going to outspace it. No RNG poke follow-ups, that's good. Again, this is really fucking good positioning. Like, sometimes it can be really hard to tell, like, when you should roll and when you shouldn't roll. Like, I'm still not particularly good at this strat, but it's already starting to become, like, a feel thing. But again, even though I'm already, like, outspacing it, still need to sprint backwards a little bit, because otherwise it'll get clipped. Right. So here, I do the stupid thing, which is rolling forwards. So, you know, just now, I fucking walked backwards, or rolled backwards, you know, to deal with this attack. Well, the strat I used to do was... I know it's this somewhere. Maybe here? Yeah, the strat I used to do was I would sort of roll so that I ended up in front of her. Like, I was aiming my roll sort of like in front of her here. And this is like a fine strat. Because as you can see, if you then keep walking into her, like you can see on my control overlay, I'm like trying to walk to her right side, you'll end up strafing it all. And then if she does the uppercut, you can obviously just jump away. But the problem with this strat is the roll needs to be pretty fucking precise. And also, if there's even like the tiniest bit of elevation, like you see how there's like the water here, and then there's like the land here, where there's no water. If she's in the water, and I'm on this ever so slightly elevated part of the arena, even if I do the most perfect roll, I will get hit every single fucking time if I do this like roll and strat like I do here. So if you're on like, if you want to do this for whatever reason, you shouldn't. But if you do, for whatever reason, then it's fine if you're on equal elevation. But if she's ever so slightly below you, then this will hit you every time, without fail. It's fucking stupid and I hate it. But yeah. So basically the reason why I rolled in on this one, I think someone after this, is because it was just muscle memory and I did an incorrect thing. But luckily it didn't end up being a problem. Again, get glint blades, run away, it's not a problem. Same shit here, she's just gonna do the standard thing. Perfectly play that. And she does uppercut, twirls, or pivots off to the right, I should say, so she's gonna do the follow-up if I'm close. Yeah, I guess I just started rolling that backwards for whatever reason. So again, she jumps off to the left, pivots back to the right, I'm going to get the follow-up, blah blah blah, jump the follow-up, blah 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 blah. And then because I was too far, she didn't do the follow-up on this one. Because I ended up being out of range here. And then again, because it's neutral lower glint blades, she's going to do the jump. That's it. Yay, gaming! Wicked commentary guide! Haha, yeah, I did it, fucking, yeah. Yikes. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, can I like end stream now? Or like, well, like, what are we doing?